pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Arizona Cardinals and the Atlanta Falcons. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Now a handoff here to his running back. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Snap comes to Murray at 1. Big hold of the 30. Wide open receiver complete. And finally down at the 41-yard line. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. It'll be an Arizona first down on a gain of 17.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They'll run on first down. Milton, and the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On second down, Milton, he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Murray going to try to throw on third down. Pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to...
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
So the next time we leave one of those coaches' meetings and we're walking out in the hall and you're like, How come we spend so much time talking about special teams?
Here you go. This is why.
This is why, right? And then look, I'm right there with you. We hear it every time we meet with coaches, but it is a big part of it. And look at how early in the game this occurs. They block a kick, and not only does it set a tone, it sends a message for the rest of the game.
Yeah, so much for our first points of the game. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Running it, Washington. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on third down. He'll drop to throw. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Amani Hooker. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Well, it's third and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Last time, they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously, the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
At the 44-yard line.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. They'll run on second down with Cohen. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 12 yards the pickup. Good enough for an Arizona first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Murray now on first down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That's good for 28 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
Throwing now is Murray, and that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. And they give this time to the tailback. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. They only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
And it's third down.
Here we go. Touchdown. You better break. You better break. 6, move out. Tight go. Wall, get wall.
Throwing is Murray on third down. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Kill. Check on dog. Check 13. Check 13. Deuce.
2nd and 13. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Give them 22 yards, and that's also where they snapped it from, the 22.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Check, 59. We own it. Kill.
On first, here's Washington. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
2nd and 9 now. He finds his man Johnson. A first down there on a pickup of 25. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
With the score, Cardinals 3, Falcons nothing.
You can't block me. You're out. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Under 10.
On first down, it's Washington. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
On 2nd down, Washington. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
15 Lonnie. Lock it. I got you. Check out. Sponge. No.
They'll run on first down. Washington. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
On second down now, it's Cohen. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Play action. Now it's Murray. And he finds a man on a crossing route. A well-executed 22-yard gain. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now they'll run on the draw. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
The Cardinals on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun on third down, Murray. He's going to fire one deep. He rifles one that's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and he'll return it to the 24-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Squeeze, get in there. Ready, go.
They'll look to throw. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback. But as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. After the turnover, here's Murray. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
58, come on, gone. Check. 25, check 25. 58 for Mike.
Now on first down, it's Washington again. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. Now Washington. Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
What an advantage having a elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Ready. Mike 57. Danny. Kill.
2nd and 4. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Ready. 30 base, let's go. Coming, baby, I'm coming, baby. Woo! Let's go.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he gets this one to Ridley, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. On 1st and goal, Washington. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Check 50, check 50.
2nd and 5. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Herb Smith Jr., his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you've got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the 2nd half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Set.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. A new life now following the late turnover. Maybe a chance for points here before the break.
Yeah, pretty nice situation they find themselves in because they're really maybe one completion away from giving their kicker a shot. And that gives them a chance to get some points up on the board.
14 yards there and a Falcon first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Second and long. He gets this one to Johnson. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Throwing on 1st down is Murray. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A final shot before half from Murray. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. So we have come to halftime and what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
At the 28-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Right back to Washington. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Okay, break. 59. Mike's 59. Alpha. Quit talking about it and bring it. 59 Mike. 59 Mike. Check, check. 59. Yeah, let's get a sack lunch. Check 26. Check 26. Ready.
They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It's taken to the 26. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Here's Murray. Room to run past midfield. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A gain of 19 and picking up the 1st.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. 30, the 20, 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Well, this has just been obviously a dreadful day for him throwing the football. Now 4 interceptions. This one leads to 6 points going the other direction. Tough.
Yeah, it is, and this feels old school to me because you never really took out your starting quarterback back in the good old days. No matter what was going on, he was your guy, and you rode him for better or for worse. In today's football, usually we got a backup who's warmed up and has come into the game, so you can see an old school approach here that's not really benefiting them at this point.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start things on first with Troy Cohen. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
On 2nd down, it's Morgan. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there and swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. And he will find his man on the outside. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Murray now on 1st down. He's going to rifle one deep left side, and that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 36 yards on the play. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well to get a few stops.
Now a play fake here on first down. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They run the counter. Milton. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. It's second and goal. Back to the 8-yard line now. They'll keep it on the ground. Milton, they'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They run. This is Cohen. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal. This defense continues to be good on third down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown offensively. Are you saying, let's go for this? Let's try to get it in the end zone.
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play that you would expect in downs 1 through 3. Why should 4th down be any different? True. You might want to go ahead and kick the field goal and see if you can figure out something else as this game moves on.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
On second down now, it's Washington. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
57's the mic. Hey, here we go. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Shift.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. This is Johnson. He's got it. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, That is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll make it a second down.
Let's go. 10, 45.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
A gain of 9 yards. First down, Cardinals.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Check 43.
Now Murray, he bootlegs it. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. That goes for 14 yards. First down, Cardinals. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now Murray. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
12 yards to pick up. Good enough for an Arizona first.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Murray going to lead his guys up 1st and 10, and he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Murray going to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Another wayward pass. Things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Murray now to throw. Murray fighting, lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
It's caught. Jones. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Here we go. Set. With the flag. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Get that quarterback at all costs. Hatchet. Hatchet. Hey, check 24.
They'll keep it on the ground. Milton, and he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
They come out here in the I. So it's 3rd and goal, and now the question, can this Falcon defense stand tall once more? They'll try to run this one in, and he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, and the Cardinals get a bit closer. Extra point right down the middle, and that will shave one more off this lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Staying on the ground with Washington. Room here to run. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And he will take this all the way down to the Cardinals' 29-yard line. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Kill. Turn up. Kill.
They'll try the right side here with Smith. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a 1st down for the Falcons. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13.
We got three, fellas. We got 3.
And they take a knee.
The quarterback on the keeper. A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where